Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Ty Cole here with the EURweb, and I'm here today with Ruby Rose, and you are a badass. Can we start there?
We can start
You
there.
are awesome. Okay, we've seen you casted in so many action and thriller type of films. You was in Orange is the New Black, playing a badass. So, what makes Ruby Rose a badass?
What makes Ruby Rose a badass, or the characters I play? Because it's probably two different things.
Let's do both. What makes you a badass, and what do you think you bring to these characters that also make them a badass?
And I think it comes from life, really living living life and all the things
Yeah,
that it throws at you and the good and the bad. There's nothing that I would change from my life or from my upbringing or anything like that, regardless of how tumultuous it might have felt like at the time. They're all things that help you grow into the person that you want to be. And I think having a really good sense of identity is really important as well. And sometimes that's hard. Sometimes
yeah,
you have a really clear idea of who you are, and then sometimes you sort of start to lose that a little bit, or you start to outgrow who you were, and it's like, wait, but then who am I now? So I
yeah.
think it's always been present and thinking of identity, thinking of purpose, presence, like what am I here to do and what do I want to do? And I think that's probably where my badassery comes from. And then I think as far as the characters, I mean, it's different for each one, but for Vanquish, for instance, her strength comes from this love, this unbreakable bond with her daughter, and that she will
Mhm.
do anything it takes to protect her daughter. And that's just her entire driving force. And that's why she is, can be as strong and almost kind of ruthless as possible, because she doesn't really have a choice.
Now, you shared the screen with Morgan Freeman, and how was that for you? Because he has been in the game for so long, and many people may see this as like an unlikely pairing. So, how was that for you to work with him, and what was it like on screen for you?
I mean, Morgan Freeman is one of the best actors of all time when it comes to film. And he's someone that I look up to. He's someone whose body of work is just filled with these gems and these amazing choices that he's made as an actor. And I hold him at the highest level.
Mm.
And he's an incredibly kind and sweet and gifted, generous individual who I enjoyed working with so much, because it's difficult to shoot a film in a pandemic because you have the masks and the distance and you can't all sit together and kind of hang out like you usually would. But he really made an effort to make sure that we could find a spot outside, sit 6 feet apart, and just chew the fat and go through the script, our characters, what we were doing. And I think it really helps so that when we're in the scenes, we just got to lose ourselves entirely. And working along someone like that is really a gift.
And before I let you go, what is one thing that you want us to take away from the film, and what is one thing that you took away from the film?
I took away from the film, maybe not the finished product of the film, but the experience of it, absolutely. And having not worked and no one really being out of work, and it being the first job I did during, the pandemic, it had a huge amount of gratitude. I felt so lucky to be working again. I felt so lucky to be with other people and not be, isolated. And everyone else there had that exact same mentality. And you really felt the lightness. And every film I've done since then, post pandemic and during the pandemic, has been the same. I feel like everyone has made a shift to really be appreciative of everything that happens in their life and be present in every moment that they're in and not take things for granted. And the things that we used to complain about, it's like, why would we complain about those things? And I love that. And I think as far as people watching the film, I mean, I hope that people are entertained by it. I hope that it takes them away from whatever they're going through, at this time and during this time. But I also think that there's some heart. I think if you have a child, that you probably might be able to relate to watching something like this and the kinds of things that she has to do. And I just think I think it's a good film, and I think that people really enjoy it.